Oh, okay.
I,
My
well,
bad.
some people might have preferred the hash and the Nash, but
Whoa. Whoa.
whoa. Oh, we broke 307.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are awesome. Thanks, guys, for breaking that. Break. Thank you guys for breaking the stream. Yes,
Wow, it's the feature match is Dalton versus friend RJ.
absolutely. So Dalton, RJ dueling. We got Eaton on another feature match over here. So hopefully we don't have another issue issue like we did in St. Louis where we had Johnny Lee and who which of the Leverett brothers was it that had 5 feature matches?
Oh.
Each of them had 5, and it was
Yep.
insane. So, anyways, Scott Page getting started, set 3. Looks like he's playing Fire Fist today against Chris LeBlanc. He dueled me with Heretics a while back. I believe that's exactly what he's still dueling right now. So, card car, set 2, and draw cards because that's a great play. Anyways, so that what? Scott's got a decent hand if he can get a good monster out on the field. So
That is a bear.
that is a good monster, I hear. Actually,
At least we can see most of the card.
absolutely. So he's gonna get the Tinky 1600 to Chris. Grab a Tinky. Tinky search for Gorilla maybe. If he searches for Gorilla, he could get rid of one of those possibly threatening back rows. And then overlay into something like a Tiger King something. Oh, it looks like or though he's just wanting to set up the rekindling play though. So he's going to get Leopard. He may play the Tensu and get the Leopard here, but he doesn't really have anything he can do with it because he's got such a locked up back row. So he's making the smart play, letting the bear stay there with 3 back row and a Tinky.
Upstart Goblin.
Yep. Chris LeBlanc is playing Heretics, so we can just go ahead and make that. So he did draw another card D. So he may just set one more card and go card car. So Reckless Greed, drawing them cards. All the cards.
I call this deck the draw a lot of cards deck.
Uh-huh. Once they hit 3 Heretics, though, they're good to go. That's the thing. So let's see what he does here. Obviously, Heretics are one of the wild card decks of the format right now. Apparently with Patrick Hoban going undefeated at his regional with the Heretic deck, and no one really knowing what he's running other than the fact that he runs 3 of the Seal. So let's see what happens here. Tefnuit coming out. There's a lot of monsters in Chris's hand right now, so he's got a pretty beefy chance of doing some serious damage here.
I've actually never watched this deck been played before.
You've never played or watched Heretics? No. It is an insane deck.
I don't play online, so I don't see a lot of this stuff.
I gotcha. If Scott doesn't have some kind of card to shut him down, not only is Sue going to just tear through Scott's back row, but he's not really going to. He may not survive altogether, because if he has to waste something like a Fiendish Chain on the Sue just to keep it from being destroyed, case in point, he just overlays with the Sue. That's a wasted Fiendish Chain.
Mm-hmm. Scott Page with a lot of fire formations.
Absolutely.
Or actually 2 and a rekindling.
He has 2 Tensus, a rekindling, and a leopard. So
yep.
I hate to say it, there's not much he can actually do with that hand if his field gets destroyed by Chris right here, which it very easily can be. Heretics do have the ability to just tear through almost any amount of back row as long as they have enough monsters in their hand, which they can do very easily when they run triple card, triple upstart, triple reckless to just draw into immeasurable amounts of cards. So playing the Heretic Ruler deck here. So looks like we'll probably see Stardust Spark hitting the field. If he synchros away with the Flambeau Guard, that is.
That Venus Chain is on the field on nothing at the moment. It's just
yep, that is correct. Yep, so here comes the Spark Dragon. Oh, nope, that is just a regular Stardust Dragon, signed by Greg Abbey.
Who's that?
That is the voice of Yusei from that one show. I hear it's a pretty good show.
Oh, Dueling Man.
Card games on motorcycles, something like that? Card games on motorcycles.
Why don't we have an event for that?
You know, we should. I think it would be, we should have, an event for that. I think we should actually look forward to the next show and do card games on pink hippos.
Is that what they have?
That's what it has. It's like rainbows and pink hippos and just nonsense.
I mean, if I get red cards, sure. If anyone knows where I can invest in some pink hippos, hit me up at Twitter.
Absolutely. So, I mean, if nothing else, I'm sure we can just find some pink paint that may be construed as inhumane, but I think we might be able to work with it.
We good.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Shrine.
So, just all the cards here. I would certainly hope so if he's drawn like half his deck at this point, since he has. So once again, thanks for everybody for tuning in. This is round 2 of the ARG Circuit Series, Nashville, Tennessee, and we're going to see Chris Leblanc hopefully just run straight into some traps.
With the Dragon Shrine, he sent Flamvell Guard, and then he sent Tidal with the second part of the effect.
Okay. So does he run 2 Flamvell Guards, or did he just send the Tidal? Because I don't think I think he just sent the Tidal.
Okay,
He may in fact be out of normals, which would be interesting in Heretics. Or he may have just drawn all of them in his hand, which is also a likely situation.
Also, that is a notepad that he put in front of the camera.
Absolutely. Now, this won't be an OTK just yet, but this is a lot of damage on the board against Scott.
Yeah.
And unless he just draws the nuts on his next turn, he doesn't really have a comeback play in his hand just yet.
What is his trap card?
The trap card, it's very simple. On your turn, you can return a banished Heretic to the grave. On your opponent's turn, you can send a Heretic from your deck to the grave. And then if it's destroyed, you special summon a Heretic from your grave.
Ooh.
So, Tidal on the field. Looks like we're going to see a Draco. And then he's going to make tokens, pop the face downs.
It looks like he's going into...
He may just go battle.
It looks like he's going into
this is
Charger over the Atom.
This is an OTK. It wasn't before. Yep. So run right into hopefully compulse the Stardust, mirror force everything else, which would be absolutely crazy. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to end that way. Leblanc is probably going to take this first match against Scott because that is a lot of damage on the board and a lot of death that Scott has to face down right away. Yep, so there's the mirror force. So saves himself from some damage.
So he takes
1,100, 2,400, and 26. So 35 and 26, that's 6,100. Overlay to Draco, make tokens.
Wait, what was that math again?
It's 11, 24, and 26.
So 29.
So Scott's at 2,900, staring down a rather terrifying field. MST that he should never have, or that he should not use on the seal by any chance. So set more cards because more traps are great.
The MST was popped by Draco Sack token.
Mm-hmm. So Stardust comes back, and I think he just drew a second Leopard, which is not a good thing.
What is Leopard's effect?
He can tribute himself to set a fire formation from the deck.
Oh.
So he can set another Tinky, but I mean that doesn't really do anything for him. The most he can, let's see, if he goes Tinky, yeah, he's just scooping it up. That was a hand that was not good. So, anyways, when we're between rounds, we're going to just cut to a quick commercial break. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be checking on the chat and answering questions from that when we get back while they are side decking. All right. Thank you guys for being patient through that wonderful little ad. Helps support us and support ARG Live. And let's see here. The burdened one. You know what? I agree. I'm going to go post links to the stream all over the place. So I like that.
It's a good idea, man. If anyone's got some good groups with a lot of members,
Absolutely.
post the link. It'll help us out a lot. And you'll have our eternal gratitude.
Absolutely. Eternal gratitude of awesomeness. So let's see here. We're going to post this in Duelist at the Round Table.
That sounds like a good group.
We're going to post this in the Circuit Series.
Sounds like an even better group.
I know, right? I'm going to post it in Tulsa Yu-Gi-Oh! Players because Tulsa's awesome like that.
Dude, how many players they got there?
I don't even know. Too many. Zodiac Duelist because everybody there loves ARG, right?
I already posted it in the one group I'm in.
Posted on Alt Reality Games.
That's a good place to post it.
I certainly thought so. Just posting everywhere.
Yo.
Got Chris Burrows over here stealing donuts. And
couldn't
looks
see
like
that.
we're about to finally get started here. Scott Page versus Chris Leblanc. Chris did win round one, so you may want to go ahead and put that on there.
Sorry.
Gosh,
I'm slacking.
You're slacking. Horrible.
I'm a Pokemon. I'm slacking.
Oh my gosh, oh wow. Scott must be salty right now. He just opened triple Tensu. It's pretty terrible, actually. He can at least make some kind of turn one field here, but that is a horrible hand.
You can tell by his facial expression he's not too happy.
He is not happy at all. That's something you never ever want to see.
Upstart. He's winning though. Upstart Goblin. Into a Dragon Shrine.
So thankfully, Scott gets at least one turn, thanks to Heretics having to usually just set up. Also, the fact that Scott didn't play a monster makes a huge difference, because Chris does not get to special def to it and has to rely on the Esset summon.
That looks like a gorilla or spirit.
That is the spirit. He's going to make plays for days. I believe he has a bear in hand as well, so he can get some advantage here. But nope, that may be a Maxi. I can't quite tell. It's either a bear or a Maxi. It's one of those cards that does things.
That is a bear.
It is a bear. Sweet. So he can do things and get more fire formations because he totally needs all of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need more fire formations on this field. I'm not sure.
Leopard.
Battle Challenger. He OTK'd Scott pretty hardcore. Regardless of whether it's Heradic Ruler or Heradic OTK, Scott Page's life points were depleted pretty hardcore.
There, we updated it. That's a Horse Prince?
That is indeed a Horse Prince. And
Was
there
a
goes
Horse
the
Prince?
warning. It doesn't matter. The warning hits the field. And now we see Tensu and the bear and the things. It's about all that he could do. But then bear doesn't really get to do anything with that other than just attack for 1900.
Hello, Minty. I have my own fan base. What is
I
this?
know. I don't know if it's necessarily you so much as your beard. That is a horrible hand for Scott to be looking at.
Upstart.
Upstart, but Scott's still winning.
Upstart. Say, make your opponent win card.
And he
Until
draws
you win.
Warning. That's a pretty good card. I mean, it's essentially free for Scott at this point. Scott has to make a decision soon. He has to decide whether or not he's actually going to start trying to gain some advantage with Bear, or if he's just going to just sit there while waiting to hopefully draw something to play with Tensu. I really want to know what his two face downs are, because that would really depend, or really determine how he would actually be playing this. If those two face downs are offensive, that would keep him from going on the OTK, then it would be worth it to just set the warning and summon the bear and attack for 18. So he attacked for 1800, so LeBlanc is going to go down by 18. But no fire formation search, because at this point it's just all clogged. So trap stun, that's absolutely atrocious. And at this point, Scott's going to be hurt in a world of hurt. He's already used his spirit. He's already he's going to lose all of his back row here. And I'm pretty sure Chris has plenty of cards both in his hand and in the grave to just go bananas. All the bananas.
How many?
Huh?
How many bananas?
At least a dozen bananas.
Autumn into Redox.
Imagine that.
Synchro into Stardust.
Probably Stardust.
Maybe Scrap Dragon.
Banish a bajillion cards.
Summon a bajillion cards.
Absolutely. Or summon half a bajillion cards. Just banish 2 to summon a
Oh
dragon.
yeah,
So
he's gonna banish half a bajillion cards and then summon a bajillion. Or something like that, I don't know. I lost track of where I was.
looks like we already have some side events going on.
Win a mat, I believe.
Yep, probably win a mat for people who are coming after the fact, after going to pre-releases. May have to sneak over there and see if I can steal, not steal, but trade / steal / buy Obedience Schooled from them. Because I got to get them, at some point I'll stop singing a beat song and I'll actually say something useful here. Got to get my Obedience Schooled so I can actually play Raccoons effectively.
Chris, really thinking hard about this play.
There's not much to really think about at this point, other than how best am I going to OTK poor Scott.
Yeah, he goes for the Stardust Dragon. This is looking like last game.
It's looking exactly like last game, just with 3 more Tensus in hand. Or with 2 more Tensus in hand. Yeah. Scott just scoops it up. He drawn all of the anti-nuts.
Oops.
And I almost want to get him over for an interview to see how salty he is about that. But unfortunately, things like this do happen in this wonderfully awesome game. But Scott Page does lose to Chris LeBlanc. Heretics against Fire Fist. Fire Fist drawing the anti-nuts. So unfortunately, Scott will not be